はい、ということで今回なんですけど、グリーンランドに来ましてですね、本当にありがたいことにですね、心理学者のね、方の家に泊めさせていただいたということで、グリーンランドはかなり自殺率が高いので、自殺率がね、なぜ高いのかとか、グリーンランドの社会問題についてインタビューをね、したいと思います。Could you introduce your name, your job, and how long you been Greenland?
My name's Mark.
Yes.
Clinical psychologist at the psychiatric department in the hospital. And yeah, I moved here a year and a half ago.
So you studied about psychologist in the Denmark.
Yeah.
Why you became psychologist?
That's a hard question. Like childhood, experienced bullying and some abusive, not abusive, but like like a bit of a upbringing.
Okay.
Like a curiosity kind of came to like, why do people bully? And always kind of tried to figure out why people, like, both how to protect myself, like how to diffuse situations and conflicts and stuff like that. Initially started studying law actually, but then I so like wanted to be a lawyer. Also to like help people. I think I've always wanted to help people. So I studied law for 2.5 years.
Oh, really? So you studied law and psychology?
I didn't finish the law degree.
Okay.
I cancelled before my bachelor's project.
So you changed the subject. Okay. Did you know the Greenland is really high rate of
Yeah, that's
suicide?
one of the like main reasons I also came here to work.
Oh, really?
I wanted to help with, because it's also a very tough subject to work with.
Yeah.
I hear it, and also just like my purely like curiosity on humans, like hearing their stories is very fascinating, very meaningful.
Yeah, because in Japan also it's really high, and mostly men get suicide.
Globally, men are the like, I also know kind of a lot of the statistics, but yeah, globally men have the highest like suicide rate of the genders.
But why? Why do you think men?
I think it's like there are many explanations, many factors. I think one is to expect from a man. In regard, you like speak out about mental illness or mental weakness or whatever you want to call it, suicide thoughts as a man. You kind of get judged more harshly. At least I think that's the stereotypes that we have. So I think a lot of men, bottle it up, keep it inside.
Yeah.
Like more women, open up, get the help they need, and I think a lot of men kind of just keep that closed in.
They cannot speak out.
No, like, and you can like call it different stuff, like pride or whatever you want to call it, right? Younger people also mostly.
Younger people also.
Yeah. Greenlandic, then like the younger people are higher.
Why the reason why?
Children. Like sexual abuse and violence and alcoholism and
I see. So because of that, their parents are like alcoholic and sex abuse, such abuse like this.
Like Greenland has a very like traumatic history, colonialized.
I see.
Country in an early age, we kind of pushed down modern like society on them. I think a bit too fast. The older generation, which were used to a much simpler life with hunting and fishing and like providing for yourself, suddenly had to like get a job in a factory or stuff like that. So like all meaning for the person kind of disappeared, I think. And job and stuff like that, and also having the access, very easy access.
Easy access
to alcohol and stuff like that.
There's some like discriminations each other, like Inuit and Danish people in Greenland.
Me living here, I've only experienced like a racism or whatever you would call it, like one time.
Only one time.
Yeah. So there are some groups that really do not like Danes. I want to be completely independent from the Danish government.
So what kind of people like visit you?
Pretty much everyone can get suicidal thoughts, Then I treat like anxiety disorders and depression.
Depressions.
in general, like suicide thoughts. So like that you can be suicidal because you had a traumatic childhood, you have some other like illness or whatever. It's kind of job. But I think about half of what I do is suicide prevention like, sessions and some interview for like figuring out.
Okay, so you always like
mental status.
Talk to the people and asking the questions and make interview like this.
Yeah, and like just treat like psychotherapy treatment. Finland is also a very like developing society. So like there's not a lot of like social offers.
Yeah.
For support and stuff like that. I think a lot of people kind of fall between, you know, like the cracks. Really ill, and then you come and see people like me in like the psychiatry department, or like you're not ill enough, and then you have to wait around or whatever, you know, because there's not like a lot of places to go. Some government offers for like talking, but I think there isn't enough.
Do you have any like opinions like how to solve the kind of problems?
I think how is giving more money to public solutions. Me as a psychologist we are very outnumbered.
Oh, really?
You know, that's also because there's not a lot of funding. Also, doctors also have to graduate in Denmark. That's also another thing you can become in Greenland. I think as a society you kind of need to have good healthcare and have good like governmental body and stuff like that. They pay more taxes, so there is more funding, or stuff like that.
Thank you so much. はい、グリーンランドの首都ヌークにやってきております。こちらも夏ですけどね、もうこの天気ですよ。気温は8度ぐらいですかね。とにかく寒い。グリーンランドのヌークはですね、2万人ぐらいの人しか住んでいなくてですね、ニュイット系っていう、ちょっとアジア人のね顔に似てるんですけど、ここデンマークの領土なので、デンマークの人たちが一緒にこうね共存してるっていう地域になっております。まずはグリーンランドの街並みをね見ていけたらなと思っております。ということで行ってきます。ついに降りしましたヌーク。空港はめちゃくちゃ小さい飛行機で来ました。
Like when you buy it, you pay the extra 2 kroners, and then when you return the bottle, you get them back.
ナイスナイス。はい、こちらグリーンランドのスーパーマーケットです。オレンジが34だから20倍600円ぐらいか。グリーンランドは基本的に物価めちゃくちゃ高いですからね。なんかグリーンランドにしかないものとかないのかな。ちょっと待って、コーンフレーク1200円するんだけど。はい、ポストに入れました。街はこんな感じでどんよりしてますね。なんか全然人もいない。グリーンランドはですね、過酷な環境下なので木とかが少ないんですよね。基本岩みたいな木とかは少ないですし、動物も少ないですね。はい、ここはオールドヌークという場所ですね。多分ヌークのオールドタウンみたいな感じですかね。なんか観光地っぽいな。ここなんかあそこに銅像があるんで、ちょっと近くまで行ってみたいと思います。はい、こちら、グリーンランドのねオールドヌークが一望できる場所に来ました。こういう場所はずっと見てたので YouTube でめちゃくちゃ嬉しいですね。実際にグリーンランドに来れたことは。往復10万するんですよ、アイスランドから。本当に冒険好きとか秘境好きな人じゃないとね来ない場所なので、もう決意してよかったなと思います。なんかあっちに銅像が見えるんでね、ちょっとこの近くまで行こうと思っておりますが、はい、銅像です。はい、あちらがグリーンランドの形となっております。はい、グリーンランドナショナルミュージアムにやってきました。何ですかねこれ、昔の人の生活ですかね。はい、ということでホストの家に帰ってきました。グリーンランドのね街並みとてもカラフルで綺麗でしたね。基本的には雨とか曇りでなかなか散歩はできないんですけど、散歩できる日はですね、ほんとカラフルな街並みを歩きながら、観光もすることができるのでとてもおすすめです。ということでまた